James Romero coming in because we got to hear what he thinks about UFC 324.
What's going on, guys? Sorry if my voice is a little quieter. I'm a little sick today, but still have to make it.
I appreciate you jumping on. Told you when you did the watch along that I was going to force you to come out here, do this year, make the hard picks, everything. Uh, Already, just from what you do from the gambling perspective, was this a card that was intriguing you, or what were your thoughts just looking
Oh
at it?
yeah, it's a huge card. Well, it's huge for a lot of reasons. We've had a big break from UFC, and then the second off, the big reason, my boy Ty Miller is the first fight on the card. I mean, how could you? The way to bring UFC back to the Paramount era, everyone gets to watch Ty Miller in the early prelims, first fight.
Bit
Uh,
NHB's own Baby Tim Means is what I describe how he fights, like that same vicious jab combinations and teep kicks. You said it right away. The first fight on the card is going to have you on the edge of your seat.
yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, it's a great card too. First pay per view back. Let me see if I could. If I close the screen, will it stay on? So I could check the.
Do you need me
Ah,
to just run down the fight card for you so we don't lose you?
yeah. If you could bring up the odds for each fight too, just go on like DraftKings, and we'll go from bottom to top, early prelims to main event.
Okay, yeah, we will. Well, and obviously, you are. It goes without saying, we're not going to have James predict the Ty Miller fight because that's kind of obvious which way you're leaning, right? You're going with the teammate, buddy, huh?
Pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious. So
I
we
think I
can
think
move.
it's a good fight for him. I'm excited for him.
Adam Fuga is just the type of guy I could see he's going to want to try to get on the inside, get close, and try to see if he can take Ty down.
Yeah, well, I've been Adam Fugate in camp, so been fighting southpaw, throwing those long body kicks. So, yeah, Ty's gonna put in a good showing. I'm excited for him.
We have a couple veterans on the card. It's Ricky Tercios versus Cameron Smotherman. And I believe that you're pretty uniformly seeing Smotherman about minus 190, where you got a plus 160 on Tercios, who's been an Ultimate Fighter winner, but that's kind of been the highlight so far of his UFC run.
He's also fought some tough dudes too. Surprisingly, I think I like Tercios as the dog here. He just sometimes I hate betting on Tercios because he just doesn't throw enough volume and fights at way too much distance. But I mean, he looked good against Raul Rosas for a little bit, and then he ended up getting choked out. The worst fight he fought, though, ended up not being not a bad loss, was against Amin Zahibi. That one was like, at the time, it was like, what the heck? He lost to this guy? But Zahibi's actually pretty dang good.
Almost wild to a detriment is what I feel like Tercios can be, though.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, that's his shtick. That's his personality, too. He's funny on the mic. He seems like a real dude. I like a small dog shot. It's not my favorite spot on the card or nothing, but I like Tercios as a small dog here.
We got the heavyweights with Josh Hokett, Denzel Freeman. Both are LFA vets, both have a wrestling background. Hokett minus 238, plus 195 on the Freeman side.
It's a good fight. I think it's priced about right. Hokett should take it. It's hard laying that much juice on someone unproven right now, but gun to my head pick, I think Hokett handles this one. I think he'll struggle getting takedowns a little bit, but I think he can take him deep waters and get his hands going a little bit.
There just wasn't enough volume and emphasis on damage for me from Freeman in
Yeah,
his
I can't
first fight.
trust Freeman as a dog either. No way.
I'm going to kind of be disappointed if Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez gets all the way to a decision. Both guys have huge power. We got Hernandez minus 155, plus 130 on Johnson. Both are explosive, so this could go either way.
Yeah, I think this is a great spot for Hernandez. I mean, Michael Johnson's good at pulling off upsets, but at this point in his career, Hernandez is trending up, he's trending down. I think this is a really good spot for Hernandez. I like laying at minus 155 for Hernandez for sure.
Charles Johnson will remind us all week. He has a win over Joshua Van. He's taking on Alexander Perez, and he's a minus 185 favorite to the 154 on the plus side for Alex.
This is such a tough fight. Perez has fought the killers of all killers, and his last fight, he looked great against Asu Amabayev. I feel like Perez is going to be dominating, and Charles Johnson's going to pull something out of his ass in the third round and win. Perez just, I don't know. There's some guys who just find ways to win. He's one of the highest level dudes in the sport, and he just finds a way to lose somehow.
I feel like I should already know this. Didn't Perez tap to the guillotine from Alabayev? Didn't Alabayev
Yeah.
jump on top of his neck? That's where it's like Perez is great and then has these moments where he trips over something in the octagon, it feels
Yeah,
like.
the banana pill every time for Perez. No, remember
Modestus.
he was beating up Tatsuro Taira, and then Taira got his back, and then his knee popped weird too from that fence little transition thing.
Oh, where and Tyra had the leg kind of
He had
wrapped
the
and
leg
torqued
lace
him
and pushed off
down.
the cage. I mean, it was a great to get him to the ground, but I don't think he was trying to tear his knee with that. I think that was just very unlucky for Perez.
I just think that was a nasty position to be in and to
Yeah,
torque your
that
body in two different directions.
Taira's a dog.
Modestus Bukauskas, Nikita Krylov. You got the momentum all on Bukauskas' side, and he's a minus 148 to Krylov's plus 124. But I feel like, at least for me, this is pretty easy. Bukauskas has had more momentum and has added more skills recently.
That is true, and it looks like Krylov's been on a downfall. I mean, I it's looking at me like the Green Goblin mask. Nikita Krylov is a dog again, but he just sometimes leaves his chin up in the air to get caught by those big boys. This one's not my favorite spot, but I'll probably take a small dog shot on Krylov just to see what happens. Nothing big on it, but
Atiba Gutierrez, one of the talks of your division, the middleweight division. This guy looks like an absolute monster.
dude's a specimen.
Dude is like minus 900s in some places. He's down to minus 650 in others. I don't feel good for Andrea Pudileva at this point
Oh.
from what I've seen between the two of them.
Yeah, I think it's another. They're feeding him to put some more highlight KOs, and I won't bet him minus 650 favorite ever because anything can happen. But he's probably gonna look minus 900 to minus 650 or wherever the range is. He's gonna get it done. I
If
think
you're
this is a
not
really good matchup for him.
if you're not betting at minus 650, do we even bring up Umar Nurmagomedov, who can be fined as big as minus 1800 in some places?
That's a
To
stupid line. I don't in
to
MMA that line doesn't even make sense sometimes. I guess especially against a former champ. I think Umar's gonna beat him like for sure, but there's no way you bet minus 1650 in a sport. That's insane.
And I almost want to say there's no way you make that line of minus 1650 in this sport, disrespecting Figueiredo. But all that, I'm not even betting on Figueiredo if you give me money.
I'll probably put $10 on him for fun just to cheer for the fight. But this that because what it's plus 850 probably right now.
Depending on where you go. And yeah, as we were talking about DraftKings, exactly.
Plus 850. Yeah. I would just that's a fight just to stay away from, honestly. Don't throw Umar in your parlays. It doesn't even boost it. It doesn't help your parlays, and anything could happen in an MMA fight. Just watch it and wait for the next one on that one. Just enjoy the fight without betting that one.
Gene Silva has been talk of the town. He has been a hot date for a lot of people. His outrageously wildness and berserkerness is adorned. I was there at International Fight Week where fans were just going crazy for the guy. Could Arnold Allen, though, be a parlay piece where a guy that's pretty deep in the minus 200s and he might just be the more technical striker and more technical thinker everywhere we go in this matchup?
I like Allen here a lot, honestly. Allen as a plus 200 dog. I mean, he looked great against Holloway. It was 2-2 going into the fifth, wasn't it?
He had his moments in that fight. I think one card might have had it that close, and I think there was another one that had it a wash for Holloway. But he did
Yeah.
earn a lot of respect in that fight.
Yeah, and I think Holloway's levels above Gene Silva. I mean, Gene Silva's good, powerful hits. He's freaking looks like a walking pharmacy from Brazil. But he's good. Arnold Allen I think is better here, and he's kind of got that dog in him too, where he could eat some big shots where he's not going to go out early.
Rose Namajunas, Natalie Silva. Silva minus 410, 320 on Rose Namajunas. Rose has the veteran experience, but for everything that brings, Silva feels like she has the momentum and is on the uphill climb right now.
I feel like this is priced right. I think Silva's gonna win 2-3 rounds easy with her volume, especially it's only a 3 rounder. She throws at so much volume. I think a 5 rounder could hurt her. I mean, in the future, but I mean, it hasn't. But I think she handles Rose here. I hate betting big favorites like that. I don't know what I'll do with that, but I think that's priced right. I think she's gonna handle Rose here.
Waldo Cortez Acosta, Derek Lewis, I think I'm just going the under. That's probably going to be way in huge minus money, but
It's probably over at under half a round at minus money juiced.
oh, you got to figure right now when you just look at the straight lines for these two, we got Lewis over here at he is a plus 260 underdog, which is really tempting. And Cortez Acosta minus 325. Both guys can hit home runs, but both guys can also kind of stare in the mirror trying to set up that knockout shot.
I almost always bet in the Black Beast as a dog, but this time I don't think he gets it done here. I think Cortez is getting better and better and better. He didn't even impress me much in his first fight in the UFC, but I think he's getting so much better as a fighter. I think he's gonna beat up Derek Lewis here, but it's gonna set us up for another good Derek Lewis price in the future against someone.
Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong is our co-main event, minus 205 for O'Malley, plus 170 for Song. The experience, the ability to manage fights. I like this as a matchup for O'Malley to rebound.
I agree. I think it's a perfect fight for him to rebound. Song's good and tough, but I think O'Malley's just a little better everywhere and faster and more technical. I'm not even the biggest Sean fan, and I think he gets it done handily here.
In just a minute, guys, we're going to be joined by BKB welterweight champion Javon Wright, January 31st. He's defending his welterweight title. Talking about the main event, though, first, interim lightweight title. Justin Gaethje, been there, done that, had this belt before, a WSOF one, a BMF one. The man has put together so many highlights, and he's a plus 190 underdog to the minus 230. Paddy Pimblett, who I said it earlier today on MMA After Hours, we might see this guy get to the title belt without ever beating anyone under the age of 35 in the UFC.
He has the most padded, gifted layup fights in the UFC, Paddy. I think this line's wrong. I think he could win. I think it should be a coin flip fight. The odds should be even. I'm going to bet Gaethje for sure at those odds. That's just insanity to me. Gaethje's grappling hasn't proved to be good, but I mean, who has Paddy beat? He was going to war. Ferguson was landing on him in the third round not too long ago. He hasn't beat anyone coming off a win. He lost to Jared Gordon. Now, I bet on Paddy that fight, and he lost that fight. Somehow got a split decision. He's getting better and he's good, but if it stays on the feet for any amount of time, he gets hit way too much. Gaethje will piece him up.
That vulnerability, the lack of his defense, you wonder, is it time that his chin finally gets cracked in a way that it can't recover from? Those leg kicks that Gaethje possesses are nasty. I just kind of believe in the story, and the story right now feels like Paddy Pimblett is the guy that they're making into the next big thing.
That is true, but at the end of the day, it's two guys stepping in there. I think Gaethje should handle this one. I think it's the most winnable fight for Paddy in the top five, but I still think Gaethje's just got to defend a couple takedowns because if it stays on the feet, it's not going to be pretty for Paddy at all.
Guys, we're going to write down these predictions. We're going to ask James how his bets go next week. Because next week, we got to bring him back. UFC 325, just a week later. If you're available for a few minutes next week, love to do this again.
Sweet, yeah, no, I'm down. I'm down to do this every week.
Cool. We'll talk to you next week. We'll see how this past week went.
James, I don't see if I gave good advice or not. We'll see.
You feel better, my man.
Right on. Have a good one, Mike.
You have a good night.